Hi, Chad. How are you? Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too, man. How you doing? How you living?
I'm doing well, man. I'm honored to finally meet with the big man.
Don't call me that, man. I'm just a regular folk like all of us, just trying to figure it out.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, man, 100%. I'm excited for the call. So, I was able to go through the description that you sent Sabrina, which I really appreciate. So, you're looking to chat about marketing today, right? And identifying your ideal client?
Yes. Yeah. And, I described pretty much what, I'm thinking in that message. I just wrote it yesterday. But, I guess I kind of have the client that I want, but it's more just how do I market it? Because I got a lot going on. And I think for the clients that I have, my client delivery is good for right now in terms of like what I'm providing them. I obviously I'm that's always work in progress too, but my biggest question right now is how exactly do I market this?
Yeah, 100%. How many clients do you have right now?
12.
Nice, man. That's awesome. That's a really solid
Thanks.
number. How are you full time yet?
No, so I'm in law school right now. And I it's been an interesting journey. I've had my ups and downs. Just at times I've been super busy, times when I haven't. My ideal goal is to go full time with my business at some point, but I think, I do want to finish law school, take the bar. And right now I'm in Spain actually. I'm doing a semester exchange, so that's been an adventure as well.
What time is it there right now?
It's 9:30 p.m.
Shit, okay. I appreciate you getting on the call late then. Especially on a Friday.
Well, in Spain, they go on a different schedule here, so 9:30 p.m. isn't that late in Spain.
Oh yeah? Well, they party late then?
Yeah, they do.
That's
I'm not
funny.
too big of a partier, but yeah.
Either am I. Tonight I'll be getting dinner with my wife, and that's about the extent of my partying.
That sounds like a good Friday night for sure.
Yeah, 100%. All right, so let's chat about marketing it. So you already have 12 clients, which is great. Roughly how much are you making a month off of those 12 clients?
Well, so most of my clients have renewed. I haven't calculated it exactly, but I mean, I think I've made like 2 or 3 thousand per month since starting last January.
Nice. All right, so we're making 3K a month. What do we need? What do we need to go full time?
I mean, to go full time, I think I would need like 10 to 15K per month consistently.
Cool. Okay. So to get there, eventually we're going to have to start running ads, but that's not going to be what we do to start. How did you get these 12 clients? This is all going to eventually we'll all talk about how you're going to marketing. I'm just trying to figure out how we got here. So how do we get these 12 clients?
Okay, so mostly through Instagram, a couple through referrals, um, a couple through Facebook,
Yeah.
and actually a handful through my YouTube channel because I've had a YouTube channel, a nature education YouTube channel that I've had for about 5 years, and that I actually do have a much bigger following on that.
Okay.
Um, and
Where, sorry, not to interrupt you. Where have most of these 12 clients come from? Instagram referrals or Facebook or YouTube?
I think I would have to count, but I think Instagram. I mean, also some of them found me on YouTube throughout the years, but then they started following me on Instagram. But yeah, from Instagram, I guess is the biggest platform.
Cool. Do you post on all these regularly, Facebook and YouTube?
So yeah, basically I've been trying to post reels. Uh most actually that's all I've been doing lately. And I've been posting on all four platforms: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. I mean, Instagram is the one I post to, and then what I try to do, and I'm not always super consistent with this, is just post the same reel on all four platforms, just like all at once.
Okay. But we're getting majority of your clients from Instagram, and then it seems like
Yep.
YouTube is kind of fed into the Instagram. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, so this is going to probably be contrary to what you believe, right? You probably believe that multiple platforms is good right now. Because you are a one-person show and because time is of the essence, because you're also trying to pass the bar exam and you're in law school, which I know how long that takes. My recommendation is we should condense down. We should make this simpler for you, and we should really focus on the platforms that are actually yielding you results, which would be, I'm going to say two, the YouTube and the Instagram, right? So I think you probably have seen this in the module, but I think what would be best is you create, actually, before I give this advice, what are the YouTube, are they like vlog style? Are they sitting down like podcast style? What kind of style are they?
Well, so with YouTube Shorts, I just post my Instagram Reels as the shorts, but the
Oh,
actual
not long
channel,
form.
which I've had for years, I haven't been super consistent posting those videos. Those are long form videos, mostly about. So I also have worked as a wildlife biologist for 5 years before going to
Yep.
law school,
Yep.
and my two main passions in life are health and fitness, but then also exploring nature and finding wildlife, photographing wildlife. I love birds. I'm a big bird watcher. I love snakes. I
Nice.
love catching snakes. I'm a huge
Yeah.
nature nerd. So that's what my YouTube channel is basically all about, just vlogs and just telling people how to enjoy the natural world.
Okay, cool. So it's vlog style. Do you keep up with that consistently, the long form, or not really?
Yeah, so since coming to Spain, I actually have had more time, and I have decided to start posting more consistently. And for footage I've taken here, so that has been something that I've been getting back into. When I went to law school, I was like, I can't do any social media stuff, can't do anything. Then I got through my first year, which was my hardest year, and then last year I started my business, and I was like, okay, I don't know how good posts on YouTube is going to do me for my business. But then I actually have posted some things about my training business on the YouTube channel saying, hey, it's a fitness business for nature lovers. Come check it out. Here's like my challenge going on. And I have had people actually, my challenge when I posted that on YouTube, when I posted those types of strategies, people have entered their names, and that's how I've gotten some clients. So I also, though, at the same time, when I've posted fitness stuff on my YouTube channel, some people have commented like, "We don't want the fitness stuff. We just want the bird watching stuff." So, I mean, I know it's kind of a double edged sword. There's kind of a trade off with posting fitness stuff on there too. But you know, I do. If you look at some of my content that I posted, I do really try to link it all together, and my clients like how I link it all together too.
Yeah, I think on your YouTube it sounds like you have an audience that likes the nature side of things, but I do think that there's a way that you can link the two since your fitness business is also about getting more involved in the environment and nature, right?
Right.
So another quick question for you. Are your training modalities different? Like your training modalities are like getting people in nature, using nature for fitness. Is that a fair assessment?
Yes. So the thing is with all my clients, obviously all my clients are different. And, just like probably pretty much everyone in NLCA does, they customize each program, especially for the clients. So I do enter in my whole program through two or the program for each client through True Coach, tell them what to do. But some clients do a hybrid approach where they do workouts in the gym and also do what I call these nature excursions, where they're doing cardio, body weight workouts along with these nature activities. But some clients, their goals are different, so they don't really need to be in the gym. So they just do stuff out in nature.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. All right, so here would be my advice. I would use the YouTube to feed into Instagram. So I would do the vlogs like you're doing, and then you can use, do you know video AI? You know video AI from
Yeah,
Cool. I would then take the vlog and upload it into Video AI and use some of those as reels and that will showcase your mission. That will showcase your personality.
right.
So your Instagram doesn't have to be 100% about fitness, but then on YouTube, maybe one in every five posts, I would show how you can work out in nature and combine the two, and then also use that for your Instagram reels. I would stop doing Facebook and TikTok just because right now what's working for you is YouTube and Instagram, and I would just double down on these two platforms. Now, really quick before we go any further on that, you also mentioned referrals. So usually in your stage of business right now, you're going to get your first handful of clients through your power base. But how we double this number on 12 is predominantly going to be through referrals. Do you have a referral program that works, or is that an area of an opportunity for you?
I mean, I've been telling my clients about it. So, and I have gotten a couple more clients through it. Um, so I guess it works because I have gotten some clients. It's been a while since I've signed one through that program, but I also pay people who are not even my clients if they refer me a client.
Yeah. What is your referral program?
So it's $500 if
Nice.
someone if someone signs for a larger package, like a 6 month package, then it's $500.
Damn. Okay. This is generous, but it should definitely work. How much do you market that to your clients, or how do they find out about that?
I just tell them in all the sales calls and I remind them all the time. Or
Nice.
sorry, not the sales calls, the checking calls.
Okay, beautiful. Yeah, you could honestly use it in the sales call as well. If you have somebody who wants to join the program, but they give you a financial objection, you can say, "Hey, I have a way where I can take 500 bucks off the price, but you need to refer me one person." And then you could put it in the agreement that they need to refer you business, and you could take 500 bucks off.
Yeah, right.
That's one way that you could use this as leverage. But yeah, man, I would double down on the referral program because I really think that your current clients can bring you in some more clients here with this $500. I feel like that's an area of an opportunity for you. All right, let's go back to the marketing though. So YouTube and Instagram, outside of just helping you figure out what platforms to post on, what else were you hoping to learn on the marketing side?
Okay, so I don't know if you remember in the message I sent you, there's like different sort of problems that my target customer has, but basically my biggest issue now is okay, I also know the referral program is really important, and there's cold DMing just straight out there, and that's how I've gotten some clients too. Um, but I mean, the best way it seems like to me to get leads more quickly is to grow. So we're talking about Instagram, to grow on Instagram, right? So my content actually reaches more people. I have been posting pretty darn consistently, on average, probably like 4 to 5 times per week. A lot of times I've posted 7 days per week, 7 reels per week. My account has really barely grown since last January. And the thing is, my program, it's a holistic program. There's a lot there. There's the environmental sustainability part, and then there's also the nature connection part. And I on my last call with Kayla, we pulled up my profile, and actually, it might be helpful if you could pull up my profile. Um, what I'm really wondering is, because I have friends, I have all these people who would give me a million pieces of advice. You never know who to listen to. I don't know if I should lead with this idea that, hey, this is environmentally sustainable fitness. This is, just a fitness program, but at the same time, you get to learn how to live more environmentally sustainable. And in that aspect, I'm really helping solve the problem of, just like any other fitness program, help people lose weight, but also help solve the problem. Maybe it's a problem for a lot of people that they want to know how to live more environmentally sustainable. And from background research, the sustainability movement is getting really big. It's gaining a lot of traction. But then there's also this other aspect that, maybe I should lead with the nature part more, where it's more about, fixing your mindset and helping, maybe, my target clients problem is depression and anxiety and focus and motivation and discipline. So bringing these people out into nature helps them from a mental perspective so they can stay on track on their fitness journey, and it just helps their mindset and their happiness anyway. So it's solving that problem. So I don't know if I should lead with the nature aspect or this environmental sustainability aspect, or just kind of keep on doing what I'm doing. I just and just overall, maybe I can go with both, whichever one I go with, or if I go with both. I think I just need more help, just like how to create content that is going to basically just help my account grow and bring more potential leads in. And I could go on more about the latest content ideas I've had, because I've tried doing a few things differently lately, but I'm just I get very I just feel like I haven't grown much since last January.
Yeah, 100%. Let's break this down. So, um, I think it's hard to do the environmental sustainability side and tie that into fitness. But the nature side, I see that there's probably a lot of opportunity there. I'm looking at your page right now. I'm not seeing much of like you working out in nature. So I feel like that's something like if we're talking about like growing on social media, like it has to be things where like it's eye catching and different, right? And like makes you stand out, right? Like if I literally saw you doing workouts in nature, that's something that would catch my eye, right? That's something
Yeah.
that would make me say like, oh, what's this guy doing? Oh, that's interesting. That's different, right? And then if you were able to then take that attention and push the message that the reason why you're doing this is to reduce anxiety, is to reduce depression, then I would say that that is a more viable approach. Because I'm assuming that that's what it did for you, right? Like being more in nature maybe helped you with those more mental aspects of health and fitness. Is that fair?
Yeah, for sure. And I actually have made a fair amount of workout videos, like nature workout videos. I actually come to think of it, I just haven't made very many of them in a while.
Yeah.
But I guess I should make a lot more of those.
Yeah, because like not to interrupt you, but like that, and then you become like the nature workout guy, right? Like
Yeah.
Liver King, love him or hate him, like he is that guy who eats the raw animal meat, right? Like he does that thing, but that thing isn't what he's all about, right? Like he has his ancestral tenets and like that's the message he's trying to push, right? But he uses this more like audacious eye-catching thing to then grab your attention. So if you're purely trying to grow, I would say we need to start doing those more out of the box things, which would be, showcasing working out in nature. And then once you have their attention, it's then maybe walking towards the camera and talking about what you're doing and saying why you're doing it for like anxiety reduction, depression, and stuff like that.
Okay, so with the environmental sustainability part, that so one thing I will say is, and I know it's probably the case that I don't have to like eliminate that from my program, but what you're saying is I just shouldn't lead with that in the marketing.
It just seems like it would be harder to do something that's like eye-catching there. But like if I was scrolling through my feed and I saw a guy in the woods doing some crazy workout, I'd probably be like, "Oh, okay, what is this?" And I'd probably stop the scroll. So if we're talking about gathering attention, we need to think of what stops the scroll, and I think that stops the scroll. But behind that more surface level thing to get people to stop scrolling is your message, right? And maybe the environmental sustainability thing, maybe it's just that you put in your bio that you dedicate or you donate rather 5% of your profits to some sort of foundation or something. Maybe that's your uh
Yeah. Yeah,
you know
that's actually something that I'm already planning on doing. Yeah, the environmental sustainability part is basically, so I actually did it's a lot of people have the view that being a vegan or just being more plant-based is the way to eat in a more environmentally sustainable way. And the way that I've found through my own research, the thing that I've found through my own research is that the environmental impacts of food, sure, if you eat less beef, generally you can massively reduce your environmental impacts, but it's actually a super complex subject with just like a lot of interesting stuff to learn. So that is one thing that my clients have or actually a lot of my clients have really enjoyed is learning just about, stuff like, how like different types of nuts impact the environment in different ways and like different specific environmental issues surrounding food. So I guess that is one other thing that I definitely don't really want to eliminate from the client delivery, but I guess do you think like
I think no, I don't think you need to eliminate that from the client delivery. In terms of
Yeah.
including that in the marketing, I mean, there's a lot of controversial things that you could talk about there, right? So I would try to hit on like the controversy because that, if we're talking once again about purely growing on social media, that's one avenue of growing on social media is picking a stance on a controversial topic and then doubling down on that stance. So if you wanted to include that in your marketing, I would say that's a good idea.
Okay. So you think that I should lead primarily with this nature therapy aspect, do these workouts in nature, do these holistic activities out in nature, and then maybe I can slip in some controversial environmental content here and there.
Yep. I think that would be more of like the front facing, you talk to the camera. The hook would be more of like hitting on the controversy side of things. And then for the nature ones, that would be more like being filmed in nature doing the workouts. And then maybe it's a full workout for one video. Maybe it's just doing the workout in the first 5 to 10 seconds to get the hook. And then you stop working out and walk towards the camera and say the thing that you need to say. I think there's a lot that you could do here, but those would be the two main things that I would have in my thesis is controversy on the sustainability side and then more of like the what is this guy doing on the nature side.
Right.
Does that
Okay.
make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So controversy with the environmental, and then just what in the world is this guy doing these nature workout things.
Yep.
Yeah, that makes sense. One other question I had is if you look at the actual bio on my Instagram, how do you think that looks, and how do you think I should change that right now?
If I'm just being honest, it's confusing to me. So my suggestion would be to simplify. Outdoor, because when I hear I help outdoorsy professionals, I know what you're trying to say. I'm thinking of a professional who has a job in the outdoors, but you're saying somebody who's a professional that likes being in the outdoors, right?
Yeah.
Reduce anxiety and easily lose 20 pounds in 4 months by nature therapy. So when I read this as somebody who isn't fully what's the word in the know of what you're doing, I would ask what is nature therapy, and then I would question the outdoorsy professional one. So I would say that's where you need some simplifying.
Okay, so just
I think
I help
I think
sorry, go ahead.
nature therapy is, you could just say as simple as like working out in nature, right?
Yeah, so I mean, one thing, I thought about Mosey's equation, and I thought about just kind of the idea that like people like the result, but you know, how much do people like working out? Like, because that's one thing is I've thought of like including stuff about like diet, like the word diet and using the word workout. Do you think it's fine if I use the word workout, or do you think that sounds like too much work for a
I think
customer?
you're, if I'm being honest, I think you're overthinking it.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I'm trying to think what a replacement of outdoorsy professional would be. So are you trying to help professionals? You're trying to help people who are like in the professional field, or what? Help me out there.
So the only reason I put professional was just because I've just talked to other people in NLCA, and it seems like there's a lot of people who, once they put the word professional in there, they think that it helps them get leads who, you know, aren't going to give the are less likely to give the financial objection, you know.
Yeah.
But
Are you helping males or females?
so I'm helping both, and honestly, I guess my target customer is probably it's anyone who might be interested in, a nature related type of program like this. It doesn't have to be someone who is a professional. So I'm happy to put anything. It's just I just thought that,
I think there's
professional.
Sorry, I keep interrupting you.
No
I think
worries.
I think there's benefit in having professional because what you're saying is reduce anxiety, and who has anxiety? Professionals do. So I think you can simply say, I help professionals reduce anxiety and lose 20 pounds in 4 months by working out in nature. I think that to me, when I read that, it makes a lot more sense what you do. It's
Okay.
sometimes it's just the simplest things.
Right.
All right. So I know we got 5 minutes left. I just want to make sure you're getting the most value possible. All right, so we have a little bit more clarity on your overall thesis for your content, which is good. We revamped the help statement. We simplified the amount of platforms that you're posting on, so YouTube and Instagram, and then doubling down on your referral program, stopping TikTok, stopping Facebook. Now, okay, I want to come back to the challenge, right? So you related growth to your business to growth on Instagram, which is true in a sense. Obviously, in the beginning, right, you got to use all your tools possible, right? So you still are going to have to do some reach outs in addition to your work on organic. And the reason we're doing the reach outs is to get the cash flow to invest in ads so that you don't have to worry about the reach outs anymore. But are you involved in like networks like nature groups and maybe even anxiety groups now, right? That we're doubling down on solving that problem. Are you involved in some of these groups or talk me through that?
Yeah, I'm involved in groups for sure, in circles, for sure. No anxiety groups, but I know that's a good thing to look into.
Yeah, professional groups, anxiety groups. I would try to dip into as many of those as possible. And a really underrated approach, Eddie, is I don't know if you have any like conferences or local conferences, but even just showing face in person to some of these conferences, whether it's like a nature conference or a business conference, and just striking up conversations with people and not even with the intent of getting them booked in a call in person, but just giving them your virtual business card, which is just saying, hey, let's follow each other on Instagram, right? Because then
Yeah,
a week
yeah,
from you could just message them.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, yeah, I definitely agree with that, and I've definitely heard you talk about that strategy before. I do have a couple more, and I know we only have like 3 minutes left, but in terms of the thumbnails of my profile, like trying to like get a hook to like hook the hook people when they're looking at the thumbnails of my profile, like just looking at this, what are like some examples where you think I could like improve here?
Yeah, just being transparent. I think you're putting a lot of stock into social media, and I think you would get more clients by focusing on some more of the outreach strategy. How much outreach are you doing?
So right now I'm getting the DMs back up, and I actually so I know we're supposed to only have a DMer if we're getting like basically 7K per month or 8K per month consistently, right? But I actually am getting set up with a DMer right now to help me with this just because I'm just too busy with school and everything. But to be sending out 25 DMs a day on Instagram and spending hours every day doing that. So yeah, I haven't been completely consistent with that the past 10 months, but I'm that my plan going forward is to be consistent with that. And I think when I have been consistent, I have been able to get in leads. Like I do feel I've been doing it long enough that I know how to get people on calls.
Okay, so just challenging you. I know you're putting a lot of time into the social media. If you took that time and put it into the outreach, your business would be bigger. And
Okay.
I believe that pretty wholeheartedly. I know that's not the fun stuff. I know that's not the sexy stuff. I know you're a fan of Alex Hormozy as well, but he says do the boring work. And right
Yeah.
now, the stage of business that you're at, that's the boring work that's going to have the greatest result.
Right.
Not saying that you should never do the social media stuff. I think you should still put some time and attention here, but I think more of your attention should be on the sales side.
Right.
And if there's like one nugget in this call, I really want you to take what I'm saying here to heart.
Yeah. No,
All right.
yeah. I mean,
With that,
I agree for sure.
that's good. All right. With that being said, I do want to answer your question directly though. So we're looking at the hooks here, right? That's
Yeah.
what you're looking at. I don't see anything too terribly wrong here. I think these are fine hooks. Did you have a specific concern?
No, I guess I just I guess like you say, I might be overthinking it. One other thing that I've been doing is, I read Hermosi's book. I've been doing street interviews where it's just like entertaining content, and this kind of goes against the point of what you're saying about I got to put more effort into just like outreach and actually getting the sales instead of the content. But one strategy I have is, putting a little bit more entertainment into it, having the post be there, and then, taking it off the page and just so it's just in the reels because I have gained a little bit more traction from these funny street interviews that are connected to, nature and fitness, but they're just kind of fun reels. But no, I definitely agree with you. I got to spend time doing outreach. I got a DM or getting set up.
The thing with
So
the thing with organic and growing a social media is it takes a really long time. So if we're talking about what grows Eddie's business in 2024, social media might be in your next 3 to 5 year plan, right? It's like a
yeah,
commitment to the brand over and over and over again for a very long period of time, right? And
yeah,
I know Hermosi talks about that as well. It also takes like posting a shit ton. So yeah, I would say do it, and continue to grow it on the social media side. But I wouldn't be, if you become so wrapped up in that being the thing that's going to grow your business, we're going to be sitting here and waiting for a long time. So
right,
I think it needs to complement what you're doing on the outreach side. And then Eddie, just to paint the vision for you, as you start getting more clients, we then can start investing into ads. And once you start running ads, bro, your account grows very quickly because now you're exposed to so many more people. And it's not about a post going viral anymore. It's just about spending money to get attention. So my account really didn't start growing until I started running ads on it. Same with the NLCA account. We're up to 15,000 followers, which I know is not a ton, but all of that is just from our page being exposed on ad traffic. So that's the long-term path. Yes, focus on your brand and grow your brand, but let's focus on outreach in the short term, get you some clients so that you can start running ads, and then we could really explode this thing.
right. So what was this is just a curious question. I know we're out of time. What kind of ads did you guys invest in for the NLCA account?
So the strategy that we were using there was just like an add to DM strategy. So we had a free resource or a lead magnet, whatever terminology you want to use. The ad just called out the person, the problem, and then said, try out this lead magnet to help, solve the problem. And then ManyChat would just send them the resource. But honestly, what I would rather you do to start is I don't know if you went through the module NLCA beginner ads strategy module, but it just talks about the dollar a day strategy, which is just boosting posts that are already working organically for $1 a day. I would start there.
Yeah, I that was in the 10K accelerator one, right?
Yep. I would
Yeah,
I would continue to do that for a little bit because that'll bring more eyeballs on your stuff too.
right. Okay,
But it
yeah. I'm
has,
not in the 10K Excel. I joined I've been around for a long time. So
yeah,
I don't have access to the 10K. I did for like a short window, but I I have access to the
certified
old
coach.
modules.
Yeah. Well, let me just tell you, man, it's really easy. Do you know how to boost a post, right? On
Yeah,
Instagram? Yeah, I mean it's simply just that. The dollar a day strategy is you find it has to be posts that are working, and it doesn't matter if they're new, it doesn't matter if they're old, they just have to be working. So it could be a post from 5 years ago, but if it has a lot of traction, fuck, we could use that. You just put $1 a day behind it for 30 days, and that will just bring in traffic. So and it's $30 a month, right? So it's not like it's gonna break the bank.
right. Sweet.
I'd rather you invest into that than a DMer.
So is the NLCA strategy now? Are they telling people to are do you guys still recommend that we hire DMers?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Usually around the 6K a month mark. But
Okay.
I think for you right now, it's just reallocating your time, right? So
Right.
not posting on TikTok or Facebook will buy back some time. Really just focusing on your YouTube and your Instagram, and then just using a little less time on social media and a little more time on the messaging, I think will be a better strategy for you. And then
Right.
long term, yeah, we can get you a DMer 100%. I just think that you should get some victories under your belt doing the process first before we start teaching somebody else to do it.
Right. Cool.
Was this
All
helpful?
right. Yeah, yeah, this was super helpful. I really appreciate it a lot. And yeah, I think I'm meeting with you again in January.
Nice.
And I will update you how things are going for sure. I really do appreciate your time. Thanks a lot, Chad. And yeah, I'll be able to find this episode on the podcast too, right?
Yes, yeah, you will. All right, next when we talk in January though, I want to hear that you didn't ignore the messaging part, all right?
That's true. That's true. I won't ignore it for sure. Thanks a lot, Chad.
Thanks, Eddie. Enjoy your holiday weekend, all right? Or week, I
You
guess.
too.
All
You
right.
too. Bye
Peace out,
bye.
man.